Okay, good morning. Welcome to the Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show for Saturday, March 6th. We're going to be going over today's news headlines here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We're also recording for the Anchor podcast, so that the podcast will be uploaded later. So once again, thanks for joining us. We'll send out your links to all three the platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. If you want to come in video chat with us, come on down. Feel free to do so. We'll let you come in. So I'm going to go ahead and just send you links out now so we can get it over with. And then we'll start doing sports news just a second. We'll get this sent over. There it is. And I'll send over the YouTube one. And I'll send it over to Twitter. Okay, all three networks have the StreamYard links in them: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So once again, if you want to come in video chat with us, just hit the go to the link and you'll come in. We'll set you up. So make sure you're in. So let's see who's. Looks like all three networks are set up. So all good. So let's go over some sports news today. We'll be going over a lot of sports news. I'm going to be switching over to ESPN, see what's happening on their network. We're going to check and see what's happening in. Okay, let's go over this. This is Joe Lenardi's bracketology. So we'll go over this. This came out about yesterday at 11:40 p.m. Central Time, just after close to midnight. So we'll see who is in the NCAA tournament via Joe Lenardi's bubble. Okay, the bubble watch as followed. Top seed Gonzaga will be the top seed. First four out will be Seton Hall. Last team in would be Boise State, so it's probably going to happen. That's most likely going to happen soon rather than later in the for the NCAA tournament. On the bubble, last four buys is Rutgers, Georgia Tech, VCU, and Drake. Last four in, Michigan State, Colorado State, Xavier, and Boise State. Also, first four out, Seton Hall, St. Louis, Utah State, and Duke. So it looks like Duke is going to be the first four out. They're on the bubble. Also, the next four out will be Syracuse, SMU, Memphis, and Ole Miss. So Ole Miss is definitely on that list going into the NCAA tournament. Once the NCAA tournaments begin following week, there will be a lot of changes going into this to the field of 68. Once the tournaments begin next week, we'll figure out on Selection Sunday who is going to be in and who is going to be out of the NCAA tournament. So that's like I said, that's going to be a big surprise if Duke doesn't get in, because Duke has been on a slump as of late. So I tell you what, look, if I won't be surprised if Duke doesn't get in. So let's go through the First four matchups will be 16 versus 16. North Carolina State will take on Utah Valley. Prairie View will take on Wagner. The AQs will be Boise State and Xavier, and also the 11 and 11 will be Colorado State and Michigan State. So Region 1 is like this. Gonzaga would take on either Utah Valley or North Carolina A&T. 8 versus 9, Loyola Chicago would take on Maryland. Also, Virginia would take on Winthrop, 5 versus 12. Also, Western Kentucky will take on Kansas. Tennessee will take on Georgia Tech. Villanova will take on Southern Utah, 3 versus 14 matchups. Also, Oregon will take on St. Bonaventure. That's the AQ one. James Madison will take on Iowa. That will be the out of the AQ side. Now, let's go over to region number 2. Nicholls State will take on Baylor. That's going to be a 1 versus 16 matchup. Nicholls will be the automatic qualifier. Baylor will be also the automatic qualifier because they win their championship, their tournament. Now, Florida will take on UConn, 8 versus 9. Texas Tech will take on Toledo, 5 versus 12. Texas Tech will take on the automatic qualifier at Toledo. Purdue will take on UC Santa Barbara. They're going to be the automatic qualifier. USC will take on VCU, 6 versus 11. Also, Arkansas will take on South Dakota State, automatic qualifier. San Diego State would take on Louisville. That's 7 versus 10. Ohio State would take on UMBC. That is going to be an automatic qualifier. We're going to go over to the region 3 side first. Then we'll go over to the region 4 side. Okay, the 2 automatic qualifiers is Texas State and Michigan. They will be in the tournament. Clemson will take on UCLA, 8 versus 9. Wichita State and Creighton will play 5 versus 12, automatic qualifier for Wichita State. Belmont taking on Oklahoma State, 4 versus 13. That's in Region 3. Drake versus Wisconsin, 6 versus 11. Also, North Carolina Greensboro taking on West Virginia, 3 versus 14. Mizzou taking on North Carolina, 7 versus 10. Houston will be in the NCAA conversation as they take on Siena, the automatic qualifier. Now we'll go over to Region 4. Region 4 as followed. Illinois taking on Wagner or Prairie View A&M, automatic qualifier. LSU will take on Virginia Tech. That will be an 8 versus 9 matchup between LSU and Virginia Tech. Colorado will take on either Boise State or Xavier, automatic qualifier. Texas versus Liberty. Oklahoma will take on Colorado State and Michigan State. Florida State will take on Navy. BYU will take on Rutgers. Alabama and Cleveland State will play. That will be 1-2 versus 15. So your NCAA mock field of 64 on your screen. We just went through all with we just went through region 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's probably going to happen once Selection Sunday does take place next week after all the tournaments are concluded. So this is from Joel Lenardi. You can reach him at ESPN. That's ESPN.com. Okay, let's see. We just talked about half of these news articles yesterday. We did talk about these articles, so we're going to kind of... Okay, local games today. LSU will take on Missouri, 2 p.m. Southeastern will take on UNO. That'll be out on the lakefront. Southeastern football will take on McNeese. We'll have that game for you here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. That'll be later on this evening. Also, UFC 259 going on tonight. Main events going on. That's Jay Blatchenwitz taking on a Dallas Santa, if I'm saying it right. That's going to be tonight at 8 o'clock. Main cards. Also, prelim cards will be early, so the main cards will be around 9. Also, FCF Saturday, viewing guide games to watch. That's going to be on the FCS side. So let's read this. See if it goes through my screen. Okay, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, and Jackson State head to Grambling for their first major tests. So Deion Sanders showing some they're 1-0. Jackson State will take on Grambling. That'll be at 1 p.m., 12 p.m. Central Time. That will be on in Grambling. So they'll take inclement weather caused Grambling to cancel that game against Prairie View back on February 27th. So they will be playing against Grambling. Grambling beat Jackson State 5 consecutive times. Outscored them 214 118. Grambling last 4 wins was by a margin of by at least 15 points. So it's going to be a tough road for Deion Sanders and his Grambling and his Jackson State Tigers, but I'm pretty sure he will get that program back to levels that they've been. So this is from the Undefeated. Follow them at the Undefeated. That's the Undefeated. So we'll wrap this up. So follow them at the Undefeated. So we're gonna move this out, and I'm gonna go to the local news now. So I'm gonna go over to the Advocate. Okay, local sports news here on let's go over to the local sports news. Okay, LSU fails failures are tragic. So it looks like it's with this sexual misconduct that happened with LSU. I think I think there's probably going to be a big black eye for the schools. So they're going to have to, like I said, the failures are tragic. So schools still might not have done enough. So that's the thing about it. They have to start doing a lot. When it comes down to sexual misconduct and stuff like that, they have to do a lot, because you can't let this sweep under the rug, to be honest with you. What they did was absolutely wrong, and they have to fix it. They have to make sure this does not happen again. Because look, LSU, everybody's going to be bashing LSU because look, they're going to be under the microscopes of the NCAA, and a lot of people, and also the court of public opinion, most likely will be in full session with this. So, like I said, look, this is a double-edged sword. This is a critical time for LSU athletics to redeem itself as a prominent football powerhouse. But the truth of the matter is, look, you got to get this sexual misconduct investigations finished, and hopefully the outcome is not as bad, but that's how it's going to go. So once again, this is from The Advocate. Go to theadvocate.com. That's theadvocate.com. Put the share screen back in. Pelicans struggles continue. Yes, I think they are. Hopefully, they can take a break from this absolute disaster that's been going on in this first half of this basketball season. NBA history, they allowed 116.3 points per 100 possessions. That's second worst in the NBA. Also, third worst. So, also the Pelicans allowed 15.6 3-point made in games. Also, defensively, another thing, the Pelicans absolutely has been allowing shots in the paint and stuff like that. I've been seeing this night after night after night after night after night. When they go to the paint, they're not playing defense. They're absolutely not playing defense, the Pelicans. They're just letting those guys go through that paint. You should have people in there challenging those guys. I don't care if you have to get a foul or something like that. You have to challenge these guys. You have to challenge them. There's no excuses for that. Because look, Steven Adams saw he's going to get his offensive rebounds. That's fine and dandy. But you have to play defense if you're going to be a successful basketball team. So I'll be honest with you. That's something that's going to have to start continuing during the second half. Now they also allowed 20 more 3-pointers 6 times this season. 20 more 3-pointers 6 times this season. What that tells you right there, your defense is not very good. Your defense is lacking of defenders. So I'll be honest with you. Look, if these players don't start getting it going, I'm gonna tell you, there are going to be some major changes coming down the line. And and make no mistake about it, they're not afraid to trade anyone that's not performing for this basketball team. Look, we have to have a consistent winner here. I mean, look, what would happen? Like I said, Tom Benson is rolling in his grave right now. seeing how this team's looking like garbage and stuff like that. I mean, look, we have to make Tom Benson proud and get a winning team sooner rather than later. So once again, this is from The Advocate. Go to theadvocate.com. Okay, LSU ends regular season seeking consistency, which I think they did do in that last game. So I'm pretty sure they will play Missouri today. So that's going to be their last game before the SEC tournament. So I'm pretty sure if they come out that game with Missouri winning that game, I'm pretty sure they're going to get a double bye into the SEC tournament. So I'm looking to see how this team's going to progress going into these last couple of games in the regular season. Now the SEC tournament is going to be a entirely different story. So it's anything goes, any team can take it league. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. See what else. Okay, Tulane football. Tulane eyes Oklahoma to visit Yeoman as a major opportunity. I think it absolutely is, because this is a big step up in this football program's history. If you're going to be the best, you got to play the best teams. And I think Oklahoma is going to bring that that motivation to Yeoman Stadium to this team. Because what? I mean, we're building a team that can be both. Excuse me, sorry, but we can be bowl eligible within a year and a half. Also, championship caliber team. So that's a lot of big attributes for this Tulane football team to endure. But I think they can overcome it. So I look at it this way. Look, this is going to be a major step up, because Oklahoma, they're going to bring some fans. They're definitely going to bring fans to Yeoman Stadium once the season begins on September 4th. So that's going to be the big day right there, September 4th, when Tulane and Oklahoma take to the field. So Rob, excuse me, I'm having a bad cough, so apologize for that. Once again, this is from Rob Walker. You can reach him at the Advocate. We talked about Tiger Woods being unconscious, so we're going to move along. Okay, let's see. Okay, wrong side of a blowout. LSU loses to Oral Roberts 22-7. That was the worst defeat since 2007. I mean, that right there, that's a very tough pill to swallow when you're in Alex Box Stadium. And a team like that comes to your place and just kicks the crap out of you every time. That's just words can't describe that. I mean, that right there should have never happened. I mean, Oral Roberts is a good team. Don't get me wrong. But the truth of the matter is, all right, let's see what's here. All right.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
The Advocate. So.
Yeah. Hey, Sup? Hey.
Yep.
All right.
So
So
once again, tonight we do have the 3-point contest in the skills competition. So don't we also have the All-Star Futures game tonight?
Huh?
Yeah. So once again, Zion will be playing the All-Star Futures game tonight. So.
Oh, okay.
And also that Precious Achua guy from the Heat who was on Memphis with Tulane.
Yeah.
You gonna be watching that? You should commentate that game because Zion's gonna be in it.
No, I'm probably going to do Southeastern football because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
I'll see you later, bud. Okay. Once again, Isaac coming in, giving us some opinion on the All-Star game. It's going to be the 3-point shooting contest and all that. Let's get back to our story talking about Tulane, LSU's loss to Oral Roberts. That was, to be honest with you, that was a very despicable game. What they did, it was just Oral Roberts came in, just started to hit the ball like a and treat LSU like a rag doll. They was absolutely destroying LSU yesterday. So that was the last time they lost like that was back in 2007. That was against Florida, 19-3. But LSU still 8-2. They still have another opportunity to take 2 out of 3 against Oral Roberts. So they will play later on this afternoon. So once again, this is from the Advocate newspaper. Follow them at the Advocate. Okay. It's despite night off from Auto off. Tulane rallies to beat Western Kentucky, so they did win 6-5 last night. That's Tulane's pitches were solid. So their next game will be the outcome was 7-0 in games. So their next game is going to be. Let's see who's in here. Looks like we got a message. Hold on. All right. Oh, I'm working. Okay. All right. Joe chiming in as well, but we understand we can't come in. So once again, this is from Gary Smith. Follow him at the Advocate. That's the Advocate. All right. Let's see what else we have. Okay. Astros players out of COVID protocol. That was 8 of them. Dusty Baker said on Friday, Christian Javier, Pedro Velez, Francis Maurer, enrolled Powers, and Hector Valaquez out of the COVID protocol. So that now Boom recovers from a pacemaker is being installed. So that's Aaron Boone. So once again, this is from Major League Notebooks. Okay, UNO shut out Bradley last night. Southeastern won their game last night. We had both games on the air, Southeastern and UNO. So both teams will continue their series this afternoon. College baseball. Okay, A&M bounces LSU women, so the LSU women are out of the SEC tournament. They're waiting their bid for the NCAA tournament or NIT. So, so LSU lost 77-58. So, facing the start tournament was a scary prospect for Texas A&M. So I'll be honest with you. I look at it this way. Look, if LSU gets into the women's NCAA or the NIT, most likely will be the NCAA. I'm pretty sure they're going to get a higher seed going into the NCAA tournament. So, once again, this is from The Advocate. Go to theadvocate.com. Okay, let's see. Okay, Louisville wins. Number 5, Louisville wins in the ACC tournament. So they're moving on in the tournament. Also, North Carolina State won 68-55. In men's top 25, Illinois, Loyola Chicago wins 73-49. Also, Stetson got their ticket punched to the NCAA tournament by winning over Stetson 77-64. St. Louis went 86-72 in those games. Okay, let's go over to this week in the SEC. Okay, this week in the SEC, games of the week. Tennessee will take on Florida. That will be at 11 a.m. It'll be on Sunday. So that game is going to be on ESPNU. Players to watch. Moody from Arkansas, one of the players to watch. Inside the numbers, 3 LSU players posted double-doubles on Tuesday's 83-68 win. So that was this week in the SEC. All right, so what else we got? Okay. Saints free agency. We're going to be talking tight end. So Saints free agency using new era. So Saints are definitely going to have to clean up their cap problems because, look, to be honest with you, if you could restructure some contracts and get rid of some old contracts, that would put us under the cap. But the truth of the matter is we have to get those. We have to start doing them. We have to start making some tumultuous changes. People don't like change, but the truth of the matter is we have to do it. We have to do it because our cap problems absolutely going through the roof. So we're going to have to make some changes when it comes down to it because, look, see, if you want to get Russell Wilson or if you want to get Deshaun Watson, you're not going to get those guys. That's not going to happen. A lot of social media people might say, oh, we can get that and all that. No, it's not a bag of chips. No, we can't get that. We're over the cap. How are you going to get them? How are you going to pay them? That's my question to people. But like I said, we have to get those changes in place. So once again, this is from The Advocate. Go to theadvocate.com. Okay, Nichols men's claimed the SLC, the Southland Conference. So Nichols is the new Southland Conference regular season champions. So they will be the number 1 seed going into the tournament this week. So congratulations to Nichols State and their quest to get the Southland Conference. I'm glad they got it. Look, a lot of good things is going to happen for the Nichols sports programs because look, they're building a consistent winner, like football and basketball and baseball and stuff like that. They're getting an absolute consistent winner, so they're going to be the number 1 seed going into the Southland Conference tournament, which starts up next week. So they will get their share of the so they did clinch the so they will get the 2nd seed going into the tournament. So it's going to be a pretty good like I said, pretty good tournament for the Southland. Okay, Louisiana Marathon touts importance of physical activity. Yes, I think it's a very worthwhile cause for the Louisiana Marathon because physical fitness is very important to the health and well-being of individuals in the communities and stuff like that. So I think their message is absolutely getting to people. So the 5K race will be Saturday. The Coral opening will begin at 7:30. That will be at the Louisiana State Museum in Baton Rouge. Also, the race begins at 8 p.m. 8 a.m. Excuse me, 8 a.m. Sunday's main event will be the Corals at 6:30, and the marathon and the half mile will begin at 7 a.m. So this is going to be 2 days of the Louisiana Marathon. They'll be in Baton Rouge. So once again, this is from Mike Gagan Helmer, featuring The Advocate. Okay, we talked about the Louisiana Marathon. We talked about so let's go over to the varsity zone and see what we have. Okay, the varsity zone's on the screen. I'm gonna flip over. Okay, net title on the line. Mount Carmel could hear everything John Curtis girls saying through the paper, them walls. They heard cheers, they heard celebration, and the joy of Curtis defeating Dominican for the Division I state championship. So looks like Mount Carmel and John Curtis will be playing in that state championship that'll be at the University Center. That'll be in Hammond on the southeastern campus. So we'll once again, this is from the Advocate, Christopher Daub. Follow him at the Advocate. Okay, Hanville advances to the Class 5A semifinals. So they had a win last night, 52-50 over Bonneville. So that was in the quarterfinals that are now in the semifinals. Heinville. So Heinville won 250. The final basket came on a 3-point shot as time expired to cut into the Heinville lead. Heinville 21-3. They will take on either Natchitoches Central. That'll be in the semifinals. It'll be either in Lake Charles or Lafayette. So that's probably going to happen for Heinville played 5 minutes without their second lead scorer, Kendon Pierce. He scored 10 points. So they had a sophomore and Brandon Hubert stole the inbound pass. So they had this is a pretty good article by Christopher Darb. You can follow him at the Advocate. Okay, pressure game ignites Newman. So Newman played in their Class 3 quarterfinal game against Catholic New Iberia. They won 70-41 in that game. Newman 18-6 will take on Menard. That'll be in Lake Charles. Leading 26-15, Newman turned up defensive pressure in the third quarter, extending lead to 24 points. And also the Greenies outscored the Panthers 44-26 in the second half. Coach Cameron Jefferson says we got stops and stuff like that in that game. So that's like I said, they win 70-41 over Catholic New Iberia. They were the 9th seed going into the high school basketball tournaments. Okay, St. Aug tops Brother Martin in their game. I know it's at the so they did win their Division I quarterfinal game. It was 44-37 was your final in that game. That was at the St. Aug Weston Jones Memorial Gym. St. Aug 19-6 beat a 9-5A opponent, Brother Martin, who got the 6th seed. So they led 39-32 with 3 minutes and 29 seconds in the fourth quarter. Crusaders went on a 5-0 burst, dropped the lead to 39-37. They trailed 11-4 early in the game. Now, free throws played a part of the Brother Martin coming back. They converted 7 of 8 shooting. Purple Knights, number 3 seed, will take on St. Paul, which beat John Curtis in the quarterfinals. So that's congratulations to St. Aug on basketball. Okay, area prep baseball games, area prep basketball. So we'll go ahead and give you those basketball scores. Okay, on Thursday, Country Day wins over St. Edmunds 92-53. Class 5A, Zachary defeats North Shore 66-39. Also, Bonneville wins their game 52-50. In Class 4A, Carver defeated Lake Shore 73-47. Neville defeated Landry 68-62. McMain did defeat Plaquemines 59-43. Also in Class 3A, Madison Prep defeated Booker T. Washington 56-52. And the quarterfinals, let's see, Phoenix defeated Calvin 71-69. Now in the semifinals, Brother Martin did win. Scotlandville defeated Shaw. University defeated De La Salle 47-45. Also in the semifinals, Dunham defeated Northway Christian. Now in the semifinals, Menard will take on Newman. Lafayette Christian will take on Dunham. Crescent City defeated Hamilton Christian 58-47. That was in the semifinals. Also, Riverside won 72-48. So that was your local high school basketball report from the Advocate. Okay, Noel, great Grayson under fire in Vegas. Driver at the center of the debate following a crash last weekend. Looks like NASCAR's new villain doesn't really care anymore what they think about him. So this is this guy right here. This is probably a hot shot right here. So he's in a lot of trouble. But the truth of the matter is, look, you're going to have these racers that's going to be cocky and very insecure and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is, look, NASCAR, look, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. But they have a new villain. So you have to, like I said, get used to it. So this is from The Advocate. Go to theadvocate.com. So let's see what else we have. One day only. Okay, one day only. Southern welcomes Arkansas Pine Bluff for a lone home game. So it looks like they're going to be playing Arkansas Pine Bluff. That'll be at 1:30 on ESPN3. So that game's going to be streamed on ESPN3. So if you want to watch Southern and UAB, that will be your place to watch it on ESPN3. So that'll be Southern and Arkansas Pine Bluff. Okay, comeback player of the year, Alex Smith moves. Move that was expected. Probably a cold ending of the veteran quarterback storybook tenure. So it looks like he is going to be no longer the quarterback with the so that is what they're talking about. So I look at it this way. I think his career is over with. I think his career is absolutely over with. Look, sure, he needs to hang it up. Just hang it up and just don't play anymore, because he had a surgery that almost took his life. So I'll be honest with you. This guy right here, this Alex Smith, look, if he wants to get into the booth, he can get into the booth. That'll be a kind of a concept for him. I mean, sure, he likes to go play on the field, but the truth of the matter is he's been injured a lot. He's been injury prone. So that's just something to consider, folks. Once again, this is from The Advocate. Go to theadvocate.com. See what else we have. Okay, college football. Caplers, Northwestern State will take on Nichols. That'll be on ESPN Plus. That game will be at 6 p.m. That'll be in Tupper Stadium in Natchitoches. The game will be heard on 100.3 ESPN in New Orleans. Nichols 2-0, Northwestern 0-0. The series, Northwestern State leads the series 28-19. Colonels won 2 straight in Natchitoches, and also 7 games with the series history. Quarterback Lindsey Scott and Zachary Native, and also Louisiana Sports Writer Offensive Player of the Year. So now Southeastern will take on McNeese. That game will be on. We will have a simulcast of that game on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter tonight. So we will be on with that game, calling that game tonight. Southeastern trails the series 25-20. This series is dating back since they got into the Southland Conference back in 2005. The last time McNeese won, there was a 38-34 win, but Southeastern won 4 straight in Hammond. So they're very tough in Hammond. Look, I saw these games between McNeese and Southeastern. This team's an absolute juggernaut when it comes down to it. Because I'm gonna tell you, look, they'll give you a fight, McNeese. Sure, McNeese been down on their luck so many times, but the truth of the matter is they can come out and win games. Period. End the story. So this is from The Advocate. Okay, we're going to move along today. We'll move along to some more sports topics here. I'm going to switch this over. So let's go ahead and put this in. We're going to put in a new site called Sports. Let's see. Put it in Sports News. This is called Sports Rants. Okay, let's go over this first one. Sports Rants. This is from Justin Veer. Violosler. If I'm saying it right, you can follow him at Sports Rants. It's time for Pelicans to move on from JJ Redick. Yes, I'm pretty sure that can happen in a long run. He is the best sharpshooter. Yes, because he can knock down some shots. It's been known that he can knock down shots, but if he's not working out with this team, not being viable enough to play defense and stuff like that, maybe they need to go into in another direction with JJ Redick, because JJ Redick can play offense. The defense, not as much. So I look at it this way. His article, I'm pretty sure it's right on the money. This is from Sports Rants. Follow them at Sports Rants. Okay, let's we got more okay, let's put this in. Okay, this is from March 5th. Cal MLB teams allow limited fans for the regular season, so that's going to happen. Um, Governor Gavin Newsom announced on Friday to allow limited attendance for outdoor activities starting on April 1, after a week of hinting positive for all 5 California teams. They will be allowed complicity to no more than 100 fans in cities. So that's probably going to be the case for the teams in California. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. This right here, look, this limited amount of fans in the stands. Look, like I said, it is the best thing for this what these teams can do right now, because I'll be honest with you, we're not out of this pandemic yet. Sure, we had those shots and stuff like that, but once this pandemic is controlled and they can get more fans in the next time. But the truth of the matter is, right now, we limit the fan capacity to 100. I mean, for 12 for every team that's in those cities. I mean, I know it's not the right thing to do. I know fans get pissed off, but the truth of the matter is, we have to have these events in a safe, proficient manner. I mean, how many times I got to say that to people on these videos? I mean, I don't want to keep saying it over and over and over. We have to do this. We have to do that. We have to, like I said, people ought to know what they have to do, but they're just not following the guidelines of the state, local, and now federal officials. Okay, we're going to wrap the podcast side up. So the podcast one is wrapped up. Okay. Okay, Kenny. Kenny Omega discusses exploding barbed wire death match ahead of AEW Revolution. That's one of those pay-per-views that will be happening this week. He talks about the imploding death match that's will be going on between John Moxley. So this is a pretty good consistent article talking about that. This is from Anthony DeMoro. That's MORO. Follow him at Sports Rants. So this is a pretty good article. He puts out a pretty good article about this death match that's going to happen at one of those pay-per-views. That's called AEW Revolution. So this is from Sports Rants. Go to sportsrants.com. Okay, this is from, once again, same guy. Bears plan to prioritize the pursuit of Russell Wilson. So I think, to be honest with you, they're going to have to do some major, like I said, they're going to have to do some major trade acquisitions to get Russell Wilson, because he's going to ask for a lot of money. And make no mistake about it. If the Bears can rework their caps and stuff like that, just like the Saints have to rework their cap, they can get these players. So I think the Bears, if the Bears pick him up, it most likely will happen sooner rather than later. But Seattle's going to have to get him another quarterback to replace him. So this is from Sports Rants. Follow them at Sports Rants. Okay, franchise tag could be put on Aaron Jones. Looks like it's probably going to happen. Once the season begins, so he should probably be tagged with a franchise tag for the Green Bay Packers. Okay, let's see what we have. Put this in. Let's see what this is. Steelers signed Ben Roethlisberger to a new contract, so it looks like he's going to get a new contract deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I think it's a good I think it's a good combination to keep him as the quarterback for the Steelers for another year and stuff for 2. He did sign a new contract that was according to Brooke Pryor on ESPN. Follow her at ESPN.com. Okay, let's go over this. Okay, Mets president Sandy Allison says some of our players aren't getting defensive dinners. That's what they're saying. Said the team is focusing on defense over offense over defense. That is something they're going to have to break out of, because to be honest with you, look, if you're going to win a game, you have to have significant defense. You definitely have to have significant defenses to win your games, because you can't rely on offense all the time. That's not going to get you nowhere. That's definitely not going to get you nowhere. You got to play defense. I mean, this situation that with them not playing defense is not going to cut with New York Mets fans. So that's just something they have to consider. So this is from Sports Rants. Follow them at sportsrants.com. Okay, NBA Pistons have no interest in trading Jeremy Grant, so it looks like he's going to stay with Detroit. So it's probably before the trading deadline. That's according to Athletic James E. Edwards. He's averaging 23 points a game, most improved player. So he had that most improved award. So I think they're going to keep Jeremiah Grant with the Detroit Pistons. So let's see what else we have. Okay, this is from 2 days ago. This is from March 4th. This is March 6th. Warriors interested in Aaron Gordon and John Collins. So it looks like those two will be finding new homes before the deadline approaches. According to Sham Charina, the Wolves are interested in Orlando Magic forward Eric Gordon, as well, the Atlanta Hawks forward John Collins. So it looks like those two will be going over to the Minnesota Timberwolves to build up their team. Look, they got Carl Anthony Towns and stuff like that, but they have to build their talent up to be a good basketball team. So once again, this is for Sports Rants. Follow them at sportsrants.com. So we'll wrap this up. We'll go ahead and wrap this up. Okay, once again, thanks for joining us for this edition of Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer Show. We will be back later for Southeastern versus McNeese. There will be later on this evening. We'll have the ESPN Plus feed playing, so we will have the audio, video, and so that's we'll call the game tonight on once again YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter from Strawberry Stadium. So that will be later on this evening. Also, the All-Star break's been going on right this Saturday, so they will have their 3-point shooting contest, slam dunk contest, and many more contests going on. So we'll be here to cover it, give you a recap on it or something like that. So once again, thanks for joining us. Like, share, and follow us. Anytime, like, share, and follow us on Facebook. Like, share, and follow us on Twitter. Follow us at Talk Kerry. We are going to be on Twitter as well. Also, follow us on the YouTube channel. That'll be YouTube as well. Follow us on Tumblr. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Skype. If you want to come in and Skype us anytime, video chat with us, you can hit me up on Skype. Also, follow me on LinkedIn. Follow me on Blogspot. And also follow us on Anchor. This podcast will be posted to that site, anchor.fm. It goes to different sites, so you'll be able to hear what I talked about in that podcast on there. So once again, everybody have a good rest of your Saturday afternoon, and we'll be back later.